Hey guys, welcome back to Andy's Dinosaur Reviews, and today we are going to take a look at something that is not a dinosaur at all, and in fact it is actually a modern day animal. This is the brand new Recur lion, and I have actually had many requests from people over the years to continue to review more modern day animals, and in an attempt to do that, we're going to go ahead and check out again this brand new release from Recur, because I love taking a look at Recur stuff, and I'm really excited about it. And if you guys seem to enjoy these type of videos of more modern animals, over time I will try to get reviews of more modern animals up on the channel as well. Again, if you guys like them, I'll do them. But you can see as far as the box art goes, it's definitely a bit different compared to the dinosaurs. The dinosaurs usually have a really bright yellowish box, whereas these have a nice orange box. We also have a really cool shot here on the front of the box of the figure, as well as, again, the name of the animal we are looking at, the Recur logo and stuff up there in the top. Again, the Recur logo. Over on the side, we've got some information as far as their social media outlets, and then here the barcode, and then on the other side basically the same thing again, and then some more information on the underside. So let's pop this box open and check it out. So just like with the dinosaurs, you actually get a card, a little collectible card included within. We can see again that it is of the lion, and then some information here on the back, which is always really fun. Man, I'm so excited about this because look at how darn nice this lion figure is. That is gorgeous. Like, I am very impressed with Recur all across the board, and we can now confirm that because I've already reviewed many of their dinosaurs, but specifically their recent dinosaur releases. I've also reviewed their dinosaur egg as well as their fantasy style creatures. I have acquired a few of those, and now diving into the modern animals aspect of their releases, and we can see that this lion is actually really well done. If we get nice and close here in the face, look at how good the sculpt here of the face is. And one thing that I noticed straight away as soon as I pulled it out of the box that I really like is the fact that there are actually some injuries and stuff here in the face of the lion. We can see like some scratches and some pink kind of scrapes and stuff here across the face, and even up here into the eye area of the figure, which is just a really nice touch on the part of Recur. I definitely have to give them props as far as that goes. But the paintwork here is fantastic, as well as the fine detail. We have some very nice, very fine fur. There we go. I was going to say focus camera. On the face of the lion, we also have some nice lighter tones down here in the mouth, as well as some pinks and even darker tones there all around the nose of the lion. A nice darker tone highlighting the mouth as well. We even see a darker tone there around the eye. And we see a little bit more of that over here, but we also have a lighter tone and a darker tone there around the eye. The eyes are painted with a nice yellow, given a black pupil. They're very nicely placed. They also have a nice gloss coat to help them give a realistic, lifelike shine to them. And as you move over here into the side, honestly, this lion doesn't stop looking elegant. No matter what angle you look at it from, we can really see why these are such beautiful creatures, just nicely portrayed here in this lion from Recur. And of course, as you move back a little further into the body of the lion, we start to pick up the massive mane. Obviously, this is a male lion, and we can see as we move through, the fur looks really well done. There's a lot of really nice waviness to it. Very impressive fine detail throughout as you move through the entire mane of the lion. And on top of that, some nice variation of color as we have this lighter brown, similar to the brown that we have in the face. You also have a slightly darker shade of brown that picks up, and then a really dark brown tone as you move back a little bit further toward the body, and you can definitely see that as you move up here into the top. But what I really love right here, you can see that we have those two different shades of browns, as far as the darker browns kind of trading places back and forth within the fur of the mane, and that helps to add so much life and a little more depth to the actual paint application of the lion. I think it looks really good, and something that I don't often see from companies when they create something like this. So wow, that is really well done. This is definitely one of the best lions that I have ever seen in my life. As we move back into the body, we can see some more impressive paintwork. Again, really smooth transition as we lead down from the back. We basically have a slightly darker shade of brown moving along the spinal column. As we move into the side, we have a really nice, vibrant kind of orangish brown, and then as we move down into the stomach, we can obviously see we transition again to a lighter shade, kind of like a tan or a very light brown down there as well, and the transitions the entire way through are incredibly natural and realistic. As you move up here into the front leg, you can see some extra fur leading off of the back of the elbow right there, painted the same way as the mane, where we have the different shades of darker browns. You can definitely see the tensing of the musculature here in the front leg. As you move down, you can see the ankle as well as the foot sculpt, really nicely done, the toes nicely sculpted, and the nails as well. Also, again, given that little variation of brown like we have in the fur, which is definitely really nice to see, even variation of color in the actual claws of the lion. And yes, even the pads on the undersides of the feet, focus, I know it's a hard part to focus on camera, but you can do it. But the pads on the undersides of the feet are also painted with a nice kind of a glossy black, which is nice to see. As you move back into the body, you can see the fur is really impressive, but really quite fine. We can also make out the rib cage as we kind of turn the figure a little bit right there. We have the skin stretching off of the stomach, again with the leg trailing a little bit right there. Moving back, we can make out the hip bone as well as the musculature, and again, more impressive fine fur detail throughout. Really smooth transition as we lead down the leg, again from those more vibrant browns down here into the lighter tone. It's really nice and natural as far as the transition, and you even have a little variation of color moving down into the foot. We again have the nails right there, sculpted and painted quite nicely, and then you lead back here, you've got the tail leading down and then curving back up with a little bit of fur out here at the end of the tail, and again those variations of browns that we see in that area, just to continue to add that really nice paint job to the figure. And when you look at it from over here, again, it looks pretty much the same. There's not any sort of like a massive difference when it comes to the pose from one side to the other, but it looks really good as far as the fine detail and the overall general appearance, as well as the very natural and really realistic paint application. Moving along the underside, we can see some more fine fur, some more impressive detailing. Even the genitalia down here for the lion is added in for extra realism. So that is absolutely one of, if honestly not the best lion figure that I have in my collection, but honestly that I've seen. As far as a size goes, it's not a tiny figure, but it's not going to be a huge one. But for a length from the side of the fur over there to the tail, I would say a little over 5.25 inches, heading toward 5.5, but not quite there, or around the 13.5 centimeter mark. And then for a height, you were looking at just a hair under 3.25 inches, or a little bit over 8 centimeters. For a size comparison, there is Mr. Papo T-Rex, the Attack Pack Colovosaurus, Robert Muldoon, and the Collect Day human being next to our lion from Recur. And you can see again, it's not a gigantic figure. It's fairly similar in size to the Colovosaurus. So maybe around the, Danger Pack, Attack Pack size range, maybe slightly smaller. Now, as far as modern animals go, I don't have a massive collection of them, though I've been starting to grow my collection lately. Though another problem is a lot of the time when I get modern animals, I usually put them in storage. I don't often, keep them out on my display areas, although that may begin to change as time goes on. But here is one lion that I do have nearby that I can use for a comparison. This is a Papo lion, a female obviously. This was actually a gift from my good friend King, so I of course have to give a shout out and a thank you to him for that. But we can see what that one looks like as far as a size goes next to this Recur male lion, and also the fact that honestly the quality of Recur is much higher than this Papo release, so I definitely have to give Recur some major props here. But one species that I seem to have no shortage of in my collection is Smilodon, and this is the Papo male Smilodon, which I felt like would probably be one of the best figures I could bring in for a comparison next to this male lion, showing you again they're kind of similar in size. We also have the TNG Smilodon, and as we can see moving through, they're kind of similar in size to the Recur lion as well, showing you that this is a fairly common size range, I would say, for a lion. And one final comparison with another Recur figure, we have the brand new Recur Tyrannosaurus Rex next to the Recur lion, just to kind of iron out one comparison. If you happen to have the T-Rex, then this one should help you out. So this brand new Recur lion is gorgeous. Honestly, it is one of the most majestic and overall beautiful lion figures I have ever seen in my life. I feel like me just telling you how nice it is may not even do this this one justice. Sculpt-wise, it is fantastic, sporting all kinds of very impressive fine detail throughout, and on top of that, it has a very nice natural pose, and I love the fact that the pose isn't overly dramatic like you often find for male lions. I feel like this one is just kind of like a nice natural, maybe standing, almost like standing on a ledge looking over its kingdom sort of a pose, and I think that looks really good as well. The paint apps are extremely natural, extremely lifelike and realistic, very smooth transitions, nice natural application of the paint, good bit of variation of color throughout as well, and adding realism like gloss coats on the eyes and everything like that was a really nice touch. Definitely one of the nicest painted lions I've seen as well. So without a doubt, I would say this is probably one of the top of the line, not just lion figures, but top of the line Recur figures that I now have in my collection. But then again, everything Recur is releasing nowadays is really high quality. So if you are interested in this, I will include a link in the description to where you will be able to purchase this on the Amazon Recur store. So make sure you check that link. Definitely pick this figure up, and like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you in the next review. Thanks for watching.